Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing another tight fit. Now, last time we've actually played this puzzle, and you're going to have to sort of take this with a pinch of salt because it's entirely reliant on my memory. But I believe we played a puzzle from the same constructor called Tight Fit. And the idea that I had was almost like Sleuth was Indiana Jones going through some kind of temple, ancient tomb of some sort, trying to squeeze through like trap walls. I'm sure you've seen them in many movies and cartoons when somehow you trigger a trap and the walls start coming in and in and in and in, and Sleuth is trying to squeeze through in between it through a tight fit. Now, I just fancied something that's a little bit nicer. So another tight fit is Sleuth here going on vacation, trying to fit all of the clothes into, well, a very tight-fitting bag. To be fair, this does not represent how I pack for vacation. If you haven't guessed that already, knowing my character from the many videos you've probably seen on the channel so far, I'm the kind of individual that has the correctly sized suitcase for what I'm packing. I count essentially the outfits that I have in advance and plan it all. It's all neatly folded up and it all fits very smoothly together. That's how I travel anyway. Right, anything to say before we take a look at today's puzzle? So, 1-star difficulty rated. It is 95% as of the time of recording. I think we've had a really lucky run the last week or so. We've just had some phenomenal puzzles. And just looking at what this puzzle looks like right now, it looks like it's going to be another lot of fun and probably highly worthwhile of its rating. But anyhow, don't take my word for it. Let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule sets. So, another tight fit by the Bard. Rule-wise, we've got the following set of rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, so that means place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. Then we have killer cages. Digits in cages add up to the value in the corner and cannot repeat. So if this cell here was a 2, this would have to be a 5 to make sure that these two cells add up to the 7, which is the digit that's given in the top left corner. These two cells are 10, 9, 3 cells are 10, etc. Region sum lines, digits in each box along the marked lines, so these are the blue lines in here, add up to the same value. Different lines may have different values. So how are we going to demonstrate this? So let's try something. These two cells, let's put a 5 in here, a 6 in here. They are adding up to 11, these two cells. Now I know that these two cells have to add up to 11 because the region sum line is being essentially split by this box line between box 8 and box 9. So any two cells that add up to 11, such as 4, 7, I can even repeat digits. There's nothing preventing me from doing something as such. That would be fine under today's rule sets as well. Is that correct? Yeah. So that's all the rules we have for today. So if you fancy like going on holiday this summer, and I'm hoping that you are planning one, and you're going to do a little bit better than just another tight fit in a suitcase like Sleuth was in the thumbnail. Instead, you can always just play along with the link in the description down below. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock, see how I get on. Ooh. Oh, there's a lot to take in. There's a lot to take in. Right, box 7 immediately grabs my attention for a whole bunch of reasons. One off is that I know exactly what this digit is. But better still, I don't even need to think about it that hard. These two cells that add up to 17, have to be 8 and 9. 4 cells that add up to 10 have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure I'm going to necessarily pencil mark it, but here it is. I'm left with 5, 6, and 7. The 2 cells that add up to 13 are 6 and 7, and therefore this cell is a 5. I don't know if I'm going to keep these pencil marks, but it's fine. Now, what I'm also noticing, yeah, this is starting to get very interesting, like really interesting. Whether this is 6 or 7, it almost doesn't matter. Because if it's 7, it's 3 cells that add up to 24, 7, 8, and 9. And essentially, every single one of these region sum lines, I say every single one of these, on this single region sum line, they're all going to have the same sum. And whether it's 689 with 23 or 789, they all have exactly 3 cells, and they're all going to have to be either 689 or 789. There's no other combo that's going to work, which is going to help us because essentially this 6, 7 is not on these 2 cells, it's in here, and therefore these are going to be the 8, 9s. These 8, 9s look at this cell, and therefore this is not the 8, 9s, this is 6, 7. These 2 are 8, 9s. You can kind of repeat this logic. This is not the 6, 7. This is the 8, 9. In fact, this is not the 6, 7. This is the other 8, 9. If I put the 8, 9 in box 5 on here, I've broken it. Because essentially this 6, 7 will go in here. And then what's the partner that's going to help it add up to 15? And it has to be an 8, 9. But I've placed both of them. So that's not going to work. That's 8, 9. This is the same 6, 7. It's clearly pointing me towards coloring, by the way. This 6, 7 can't be in here. It is in here. And this is 8, 9. These 2 cells are the 6, 7s. That's the 6, 7. These are the 8, 9s. Right, we're coloring. Right, so let's go with red, orange, yellow. This 6, 7, this 6, 7, this 6, 7. These are all going to be the same. This red 8, 9 is here. Huh. Okay, orange. I thought I'm going to be able to color more, actually. Yeah, of course I am. Red, orange. Sorry, I had a senior moment there. That's orange, that's red, that's orange, that's red. This is the same, that's yellow. Can't color these, can't color these. I mean, these we know are different. Let's go with green. And, I mean, aside from the 5, which was placed since the start, we haven't really made a huge amount of progress, but I assure you we have. In fact, we know that this 6 is a 1, 5 as well, just looking across. So the 30 cage in 4 cells is forced. It has to be 6, 7, 8, 9. And essentially with this 5, not here, not there, it has to be inside the 6 cage, joined with a 1 to add up to 6. These are going to be 2, 3, 4, which is essentially the remainder. These are 6, 7, 8, 9. This cell is known, it's a 1. This looks like it'll probably be 4, 5, 6. And I think the answer is no, this could be a 6, in which case this wouldn't be, this would be a 7. So I could do 3, 5, 7, for example. So I need to know what this cell is before I can progress. 6, 7, 8, 9 up here. I mean, I can do better. Red and yellow is in this corner. Green and orange is in this corner. These cells, because I've essentially placed 6, 7, 8, and 9, the 9 cage is forced. It can only be 4 and 5. 4 ways of getting to 9 in 2 cells. 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5. The 6 is gone, the 7 is gone, the 8 is gone, the 9 is gone. So 6, 7, 8 are all gone. It can only be a 4, 5 pair. This 7 has got similar logic. Essentially the 1, 6 and the 2, 5 are gone. This can only be 3, 4. This 29 cage is forced. It has to be 5, 7, 8, 9. Leaving us with 1, 2, and 6. Which actually gives me colors. Yellow is 7. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Green is 6. And therefore, yes, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Essentially, from the remaining digits that add up to 20, yes, I need 15 of them in here, and then the remainder out there, which is 5. Ooh. This is coming along swimmingly. 4, 5, 6. That's got to be a 1. That's got to be a 5. This 7 is down here. Less interesting. Oh yeah, the same logic I had with the 9 cage. I've kind of ignored this 9 cage. That's 4, 5. Therefore, that's a 6. These are not 6s. This is 1, 2, 3. We can do better. 7, 8, and 9 are gone from this 10 cage. That's 4, 6. Essentially, you need a high digit, and all of these 3 are gone. And a low digit. That gives me 3. That gives me 4. These are not the 6s. 6, which is the green one, is in here now. Just these cells looking into box 1, removing all the options. The 7 is in here. What is green? Oh, 6. Oh, orange is 9. It's partnered essentially in the 15 cage. So all of these are 9s. Right? I've miscolored. How did I miscolor? That's incredible. Orange, red, orange, red. Yeah, so all of them are consistent except for this one. Let's try that again. And then 9. Then a 7, 8 in here. Lovely. That means that's the 9, that's the 8, that's the 8, that's the 9. What am I doing? Sleuth, come on. How am I making this so difficult? I seem to remember there was a discussion in the comments about coloring previously. And I said one of the disadvantages of colors versus letters is silly mistakes like what I've just demonstrated here. You won't spot them unless you come back. But with letters, if you actually used large letters, that would have been very quickly identified. Anyhow. Come on, this is too good of a puzzle to spend time. Why did I put a 6 in this? And no 6 in here, okay. 7, 8, and 9. These can't be too big, but it's not a problem. This can't be 2, 3, 4. So this is 1 plus another 2 cells that add up to 6. I think I need to make a bit more progress elsewhere. Let me just think around what's going on here. What am I missing? These are 1, 2, 3. 1 is not here. 4s are none of these cells. Okay. Right, let's do this quickly. This is 1, 2, 3. Complete the rest of the column. These 2 cells are therefore 6 and 4. That's 6, that's 4. The remaining digits, 1, 2, 3, and 5, which one of these add up to 10? 2, 3, and 5 are in here. That's a 1. These are not 1s. In fact, this one is not here. That's the only place for a 1. 2, 3 pair gives me a 4. That's better. Gives me a 5, gives me a 4. 4 gives me another 5, gives me another 4. 5 in here, that's not a 5. Rest of this is 1, 2, 3 with a definite 1. Can I do better? Probably. 1 can only be in here. These are 2 3s. These 2 cells are known. They are 4, 5. And there's a definite 5 in here. There's essentially another 2, 3, another 2, 3, and something else. Oh, so since the 9 cage is not 2, 3, 4, because it would break this cell, it has to have a 1. And the only place for a 1 is in here. That's not a 1. So my options are 1, 3, 5. Doesn't include a 4. If I add 1 and 4, I'd need a second 4. So that's 5. 1, 3, 5, and 1, 2, 6 were my options. Done. 4. 3 gives me 2, gives me 6, not 3s, 3s, 2, 3, lovely, 5, 5, 2. Do I know anything about these yet? Not 1 and 2. This is 3. These are not 3s. 2 and 6, that's a 1. It needs to add up to 8. That's a 7. That gives me 8. That gives me 7. None of these now are 7. 5, 8 pair, that gives me a 9. 2, 3, 4, 2 and 4, that's a 3. 3, I can... just good news, I bought a numpad that's coming tomorrow, so I can actually type, as opposed to having to blindly type at the top of the keyboard right now. And I'm hoping there'll be fewer typos. We'll see. Otherwise, I'm just a crappy typist. Highly possible. What's going on in here? Right, so these two cells are 8 and 9. These two cells are 6 and 7. Can I place any of them? The 7s I can. That's 7, that's 6. Right, so my options are, this adds up to 9 with 1 and 8, and 6 and 3. It's forced. That's 6 and 3, that's 8. If I went with 1 and 9, that would be 10, and I couldn't get to it. So 9, and then 8, and then 9. That 3 gave me a 2, gave me a 2, 3. 2s are lining up now. That's a 2, 4 and 6. 6, that was resolved ages ago, 4 and 6. This is 1 or 2, it's not a 2. That's 1, that's 2, that's 1. I have a 5 and a 3 to complete here, and then a 4. And if I've not made any silly mistakes like I did with the colors, 5 for the finish. Beautiful puzzle, Mr. Bard. It's fantastic. I mean, it's highly approachable. That it deserves really to be more of a like Monday morning puzzle to sort of ease into the week, but it's, yeah, highly enjoyable. I'm not going to schedule it for next Monday. I'm just going to post it tomorrow as per norm. And look forward to reading your comments about it. It's fantastic. Hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle and video. See you back for the next one. Bye-bye for now.